My father turned 85 last month. We were sitting on his porch, watching the sunset, when he said something that stopped me in my tracks. I'm 45 years old. I've spent decades chasing success, worrying about what people think, and trying to do everything right. But that evening, my dad shared 7 life lessons that completely changed how I see the world. And you know what he told me? Most of what we stress about doesn't matter at all. So I grabbed my phone and wrote down everything he said. Today I want to share those lessons with you, because honestly, we could all use this perspective shift right now. Lesson 1. Other people's opinions. The first thing my dad said, I stopped caring what people think about me, and it was the most liberating day of my life. He told me he spent his 30s and 40s obsessed with his reputation. What would the neighbors think? What would his colleagues say? He dressed a certain way, drove a certain car, even held back his real opinions at dinner parties. Then one day in his 60s, someone criticized a decision he made, and he realized something profound. Their opinion didn't change his life one bit. The sun still rose. His family still loved him. Life went on. Here's the truth, he said. People are too busy worrying about themselves to spend much time thinking about you. And the ones who do judge you, they're usually not the ones living lives you'd want anyway. He learned to ask himself one question. Will this matter in 5 years? If the answer was no, he let it go. That simple filter saved him decades of unnecessary stress. Lesson 2. Perfection. Lesson 2 hit me hard. Perfection is a prison, and I wasted too many years locked inside it. My dad was a perfectionist. He'd rewrite reports 5 times. He'd stress over tiny details at work. That nobody else noticed. He'd beat himself up over small mistakes for weeks. One day, he watched a master carpenter working on a custom table. The carpenter made a small error, then adapted, and kept going. The final product was beautiful. Not perfect, but beautiful. That's when it clicked for him. Done is better than perfect. Progress beats perfection every single time. The business idea he never pursued. The conversations he never had, because he was waiting for the perfect moment. Life doesn't wait for you to feel ready, he said. Start messy. Adjust as you go. That's how everything great gets built. Lesson 3. Material possessions. Number 3. I stopped caring about accumulating things. Turns out they were just weighing me down. My father worked hard and bought nice things. The big house, the fancy car, the expensive watch collection. He thought these things would make him happy, make him feel successful. But here's what he discovered in his 70s. Every possession comes with a hidden cost. Not just money, but time, energy, and mental space. Things need to be maintained, organized, worried about. A few years ago, he and my mom downsized. They sold the big house, donated half their belongings, and moved into a smaller place. His friends thought they were crazy. Best decision we ever made, he told me with a smile. We didn't lose anything that mattered. We gained freedom. Now he measures wealth differently. Not by what he owns, but by what he can walk away from without stress. By the experiences he has. By the time he gets to spend with people he loves. Nobody on their deathbed wishes they bought a fancier car, he said. But plenty wish they'd taken that trip, or spent more time with their grandkids. Lesson 4. Being right. Lesson 4 changed how I handle every argument. I stopped needing to be right all the time. Relationships matter more than winning. My dad admitted he used to argue about everything. Politics, sports, the best route to take across town. He'd dig in his heels, determined to prove his point, even when it damaged relationships. Then he attended his best friend's funeral. They'd had a falling out years earlier, over something my dad can't even remember now. Some argument that seemed so important at the time. They never reconciled. Standing at that funeral, my dad made a decision. Being right wasn't worth losing people. Now when I disagree with someone, I ask myself, do I want to be right or do I want to be connected? He explained. Most times, I choose connection. He's not saying you should abandon your values or lie about what you believe. But he learned that how you disagree matters more than what you disagree about. You can respect someone without agreeing with them. Some hills aren't worth dying on, he said. Save your energy for what truly matters. Lesson 5. The past. Number 5 hit differently. I stopped living in the past. You can't drive forward while staring in the rearview mirror. My dad carried regrets for decades. Things he said, chances he didn't take, relationships that ended badly. He'd replay these moments over and over, like a movie stuck on repeat. In his late 70s, something shifted. He realized that ruminating on the past was stealing his present. Every moment spent dwelling on what he couldn't change was a moment he couldn't spend enjoying what he had. He told me about a practice he started. Whenever a regret surfaces, he acknowledges it, asks what he learned, and then consciously lets it go. Sometimes he writes it down and tears up the paper. A physical act of release. I've made peace with my younger self, he said. That version of me did the best he could with what he knew. I can't change his decisions, but I can choose what I do today. It's not about pretending bad things didn't happen. It's about refusing to let old pain rob you of new joy. Lesson 6. Busyness. Lesson 6 felt especially relevant. I stopped wearing busyness like a badge of honor. Being busy isn't the same as being fulfilled. My father was always busy. Meetings, projects, commitments. His calendar was packed. He thought this made him important, valuable, successful. But when he retired, something unexpected happened. The busyness disappeared, and he felt relieved. Not lost, relieved. That's when he realized most of his busyness was just noise. Activity without purpose. Motion without meaning. I confused activity with achievement, he told me. I thought if I was always doing something, I was accomplishing something. But I was just exhausted. Now he's ruthlessly selective about his time. He says no to most things so he can say yes to the right things. A quiet morning with coffee and a book. A long walk with my mom. Dinner with family. The older I get, the more I realize that life isn't about cramming in as much as possible, he said. It's about savoring what matters. Lesson 7. Control. The final lesson was the most powerful. I stopped trying to control everything. Life flows better when you stop gripping so tight. My dad was a planner, a controller. He wanted certainty, predictability, guarantees. He'd stress about things that might never happen and try to manage outcomes he couldn't possibly control. Then life threw him curveballs anyway. Illnesses, job losses, unexpected changes. All his planning and controlling didn't prevent these things. I wasted so much energy trying to control the uncontrollable, none of it listened to me. He quoted something he'd read. Peace comes when you stop trying to control the river and learn to move with the current. Holding grudges, freedom. I stopped holding grudges. Resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. My father carried anger for years, against people who wronged him, betrayed him, or hurt people he loved. He thought holding on to that anger somehow punished them or protected him from future hurt. But the only person it was hurting was me, he admitted. Forgiveness isn't saying what they did was okay, he explained. It's saying I'm not going to let what they did keep hurting me. Grudges are heavy, he said. At 85, I don't have the energy to carry them anymore. Honestly, I never did. Seeking everyone's approval and changed everything. I stopped trying to make everyone like me. It's impossible, and it's exhausting. My dad was a people pleaser. He'd say yes when he meant no. He'd twist himself into shapes to avoid disappointing anyone. He wanted universal approval. I wanted to be everyone's favorite person, he laughed. What a waste of energy. You can be the ripest, juiciest peach in the world, and there will still be someone who doesn't like peaches. Now he focuses on being authentic rather than likable, being respected rather than popular, being true to his values rather than agreeable to everyone. The people who matter don't mind, he said. And the people who mind don't matter. Once I understood that, I became so much happier. Waiting for the perfect time. My dad said, there is no perfect time. There's only now. He told me, someday is not a day of the week, he said firmly. It's a place where dreams go to die. The stars will never align perfectly, he said. You have to make your move with the hand you're dealt, not. If it's important, do it now, he told me. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed to anyone. Lesson 12. Fear of failure. The final lesson hit deepest. I stopped being afraid of failure. Every failure taught me something success never could. My dad played it safe for most of his life. He stayed in his comfort zone because failure felt like the worst possible outcome. But you know what's worse than failing? He asked. Never trying at all. I failed anyway, he realized. I failed by not trying. Failure is just feedback, he said. It's information about what doesn't work, so you can figure out what does. Sitting on that porch with my 85-year-old father, I realized something important. We don't have to wait until we're in our 80s to learn these lessons. What if we stopped caring about the wrong things now? What if we let go of perfection, other people's opinions, and the need to control everything? What if we chose connection over being right, experiences over possessions, and presence over busyness? What if we stopped comparing, stopped holding grudges, stopped seeking universal approval? What if we acted now, instead of waiting, and embraced failure as a teacher? My dad lived 85 years to figure this out. But you and I, we can start today. Thanks for watching.